Hey toy fans, Kyle here, and today we're going to be taking a look at this, the knockoff Megazord that sort of just randomly appeared on eBay one day and has quickly become the #1 search result and most popular Megazord related item. This is the knockoff GodBeast Megazord. So, what is this thing? Why does it exist? Why does it look so Chinesey? And there are answers for all of that. Essentially, what we have here is a knockoff of the GodBeast Megazord. And the GodBeast Megazord comes from a show called Celestial Warriors. I think that's what it's called. Whenever I do research on this, I always see the word Celestial Warriors popping up. So I'm just kind of assuming that's the name of the show. And Celestial Warriors was kind of a cheap animated show from China that was oddly similar to Ghost Sager. At least in terms, they had like swirly designs and cool like emblems on their helmets and stuff. All in all, just kind of a rip-off of Super Sentai or Power Rangers or any of that stuff. And in this show, they had their own Megazord, who was called GodBeast. And at the time of its release, there was a big, huge knockoff DX version that is insanely hard to find and very expensive if you can find it. And that toy was an illegal remold of Daijujin. So, what this is a knockoff of a toy that was an illegal remold of Daijujin, aka the Dino Megazord. So, there is your history lesson. First and foremost, this, again, is a knockoff. The plastic quality is very poor, the joints are awful. I literally had to go in and screw and repair all of the joints on basically every Zord, because things were loose, legs were literally swinging. It was bad. And completely not playable. So don't kind of go in expecting this to be some just toy you can just start putting together and playing with, because it's really, really kind of bad. So what we have here are, again, 5 animals. This right here is the white Tigerzord, who is kind of a remold of the saber-toothed Tigerzord from Power Rangers. We can see she's got a lot of nice paint. Now, I do have to say, something that this knockoff does really well is it has a ton of tampograph detail. And all of that detail and all the paint is surprisingly well done. Though the plastic quality itself does leave a lot to be desired. See her little face. Her hands do move, but it doesn't have those locking points that the saber-toothed tiger does. So you kind of are forced to just eyeball it and hope that they're all level, because it's just screwed on there, which does kind of stink. And for her tail has now been replaced by this little gun thingy that can retract, can stick out, it can do all sorts of fun stuff. So we've got a white Tigerzord. We have this, the Phoenix Zord, which is of course modeled after Kimberly's pterodactyl. On the bottom, you got like kind of this weird scale detail. Again, the paint and the tampograph detail is really well done. So it's got gold on both sides of these little wing pieces. Gold in here inside the details. Very nicely done, surprisingly. Now, it doesn't actually scream Phoenix, but it is a Phoenix. So, there's that. Very small. This whole toy itself is pretty small. We do have the Quillin, which I think is a very, very, very clever remold of the Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord. I love the idea of it walking on 4 legs. I just think that was very clever. I think they actually did a really nice job with that, design-wise, at least. The tail now has this little back piece right here, and I do have to say there's a major design flaw. This one back here actually did look like the rest of the other ones, but when you would take it, it would not peg in right there. So literally, you would take it, and it would bump into the back of his head. So I had to go in and I had to just chop that off, and now it does work a lot better. But before, it literally just would not peg in. So again, you get a lot of that kind of really janky stuff with these knockoffs, and they're just terrible. But what they do well here is look at that face. Look at that paint. Look at those eyes. Very, very, very nicely done and really nicely painted. Again, I'm really impressed with the paint detail and tampographs. And the new arms, they are very robot-y. They're molded in this kind of odd, poopy brown color. It wanted to be gold, but they were just too cheap to pay for gold plastic. Very bad. And for, of course, articulation, you can move the little legs and feet and move the arms and do all that kind of fun stuff. Here, now we have the turtle, who is, of course, a remold of the mastodon. And the turtle's head can move left and right. And that's basically it. But this actually received a lot of heavy remolding up here. I don't know why this turtle has these just weird humps. I don't know why the design is two-tone. That's also very weird. But again, the tampograph detail, super, super nice right here. Basically, every angle of it has tampograph detail. That just looks great. Really nice job on that. And you can kind of see what I mean by, like, the whole Ghost Sager. There's a lot of these, like, weird swirly lines, and it just totally reminds me of Ghost Sager. That, and when they get into the actual mecha, they, like, flip cards out. Ghost Sager, and that's exactly what they do. So, last but not least, we've got the dragon. And again, look at this face. Really, really nice. Silver paint, gold paint, and again, the tampograph detail is real nice and shiny, and it's not exactly crisp, but you got the arm right here. That looks super cool to me. And this is, of course, based on the Triceratops Zord. It's got this weird flame thing back here. I don't know what's going on with the tail. It's just flat and weird, and I don't get it. And on one of the tampograph, they literally just missed it completely. I don't know what's going on there, but they did a good job on this side, so that's odd. Again, looking at the face one more time, I really, really dig this. And you also get this sword. And it's one of those things, what you see is what you get. It's sort of the same poopy brown color as the Quillen's legs. So there is that. Now, all that is left to do is to form GodBeast Megazord. And believe it or not, it transforms exactly like Daijujin. So, to do that, take this tail and the white tiger, flip it down. You flip the back legs up. Flip the back legs up. See the little butthole. Take the head, fold it up, and again, there aren't any locking points, so it's just kind of, you have to, like, play around with the tolerances and just get it so that it looks decent. Like that. And there's one leg. You take this, it's exactly like the white tiger. Hold the head up. And there we have another leg. And you kind of need to just take both of them and make sure they're matching. Make sure they don't look terrible. Alright. Then what we can do is take the quill in here, and put these to the back. And to transform this one, we just take it, put the tail up, take this leg, take the legs, fold them forward, fold these back. Now with these arms, this is actually a little bit unique to this toy. You take them and you fold them up completely, and they become almost like missiles on the shoulder. Just shoulder-mounted little missiles. Then, of course, you fold this forward, fold that down, and we will reveal the head. Make sure this is down nice and good. Lock that back into place. And we can flip out whatever these are. They just, God, Mickey Mouse ears, I guess you can call it. And there's that. And we can go ahead and plug the legs in. There's one leg. There's the other leg. And we can continue. Now, we've got the turtle. Just fold that off. His little head Plugs in right there. And this right here will be a great example to see just how cheap this plastic is. Very cheap and very nasty, as Leocum would say. Take these, fold the hands out. I did it backwards. God dang it, I did it backwards. Do that, and then take this and fold the hands out. God dang it, I did it backwards again. And again, this pegs in exactly as you would imagine. Move that down. You'll see two little pegs right there. And those just peg back here. Just take it, and you kind of just have to jam it in there. There we go. And of course, that pegs in right there, and this one pegs in right there. Alright, and we are almost there. Now you can start fiddling around with stuff. We can take the tail now, and I'll show you what I mean by this little piece right here not even fitting right there. So after you take it, you peg it into place, you can see that it didn't even fit at all. So I had to cut it off, and now it does fit, and it doesn't actually bother me all that much. Last but not least, Phoenix. Again, it's exactly as you might expect. Fold that down, fold the wings in, and it just pegs in from down here. And we take this little post right here, and that just connects in downwards. And then, there you go. Here is the GodBeast Megazord. Finally. And, again, the tail's popping off. It is very small. Very, very small for a quick size comparison. And I got all my junk and stuff right there. Here it is next to Victory Robo. And Victory Robo in itself is extremely small. So, that's just a testament. This guy is minuscule. And also, here he is next to the Legacy Megazord. And he literally stands, like, not even to the bottom of the pterodactyl sword. Super small. So if you want, you can take this sword and just peg it right there. Like that, and he will hold it, and, you know, with his crappy articulation, he can kind of bop you on the head with it. And you can take the head of the turtle, and there's a little post right there. You can hold it in his other hand, and that's the look you're looking for. That is what you want. Yeah! I like it. And there it is. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. It's kind of what you see is what you get. It's really poor quality stuff. I mean, if you're really, really into Megazords and you kind of want to see something unique, I believe this is about $20 on eBay, shipped from China. You can definitely pick it up, though, you know, it's a knockoff, so it's going to be terrible. And it'll surely make a unique display piece, though don't expect anything that you can actually play with solidly, like in a real retail release, because that's not what this is, really. Anyway, I think that's it for this look at GodBeast knockoff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video review. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, like me, Mr. Toy Fan, at the TF Review. And be sure to stay tuned. I've got a whole bunch more videos in the works. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.